And as a funeral director, I will tell you that the cost someplace else can be very expensive.
Yes.
Now, what a lot of people do is if they're going to choose cremation anyway, a lot of times they'll arrange for the cremation to take place elsewhere and then the ashes to be sent back here. But they don't have the experience of being able to say goodbye to that person. Annie is our pre-planning specialist. We call her around here
Pre-Plan Ann.
Yeah, Pre-Plan Ann. So we're going to talk about something that comes up actually quite a bit in our marketplace because we have a lot of snowbirds.
We do indeed.
And so we get a lot of people who like to go south during the winter time, and I can't blame them at all. And honestly, we're a more mobile population. What happens if a death takes place out of town?
Yes, absolutely. And it does happen more frequently than you would think. Perhaps if you've had a friend or family member that has told you, oh boy, someone just passed away. One of my friends died in Paris. They were in Florida vacationing and they passed away. What happens? Well, that body needs to be returned to their home and their home funeral home. And oftentimes you want to see that body too before it is cremated. We offer something at Mueller Memorial called Travel Assurance. Sepio Guard is the company that we work with. Of course, no one can predict where or when death will occur. We hope that it's going to happen at our home in our sleep.
Everybody hopes and feels that that's the case, but that isn't always the case. We're
always
very
the
mobile,
case.
we're a very active
Yes.
population.
And certainly as a funeral home, we have experience with receiving someone who has passed away from another city that they were in. And it is an expensive endeavor to do that. We're talking thousands of dollars.
Yes.
The travel assurance plan that we provide offers the family a return to home for the deceased person at one low cost. You pay it one time. It's $499. And no matter where death has occurred, that person, the deceased person, is returned to Mueller Memorial for no additional cost. So $499, you pay it one time. It covers you for life, no matter where you go. Now, there are restrictions, like you cannot go into a war zone. They will not bring you back from a war zone, but most oftentimes folks are not in a war zone. So if you
And it's got to be a certain distance from your home, right?
That's right, 75 miles
Okay.
or more from your home. Yes, exactly. And how often do we do that too? A lot of times folks go hunting up north, or you've got a cabin up north, or maybe you go out of town to Chicago for the weekend or something of that nature. We are such a mobile society,
Well, you know
exactly as you said.
that I'm spending more time away, that Heidi and I are
You
traveling
are.
more.
You are.
And
you have a card. You are a
and
Sepio member. You
yeah,
paid
and
for your membership to
we
that.
bought membership for that
Yeah.
because even though I own a funeral home here, I can't control the cost someplace else. And as a funeral director, I will tell you that the cost someplace else can be very expensive.
Yes.
Now, what a lot of people do is if they're going to choose cremation anyway, a lot of times they'll arrange for the cremation to take place elsewhere and then the ashes to be sent back here. But they don't have the experience of being able to say goodbye to that person. For $500,
Yes.
you spend that money once, you've got this assurance all the time. The body is brought back here to our funeral home and they pay for the air freight. They pay for the funeral home on that end. They pay for the preparation that's required for travel on a common carrier, and they pay for all the shipping containers. This can easily add up to $3,500, $4,000
Yes.
easily. And I've seen it happen. I've helped people do this. This is one of the best options out there and the most economical to give you the assurance that, hey, if this happens, and it happens if you're overseas or out of town, you are really out of sorts with this.
Yes.
Your family knows that at least this major thing of dealing with the body is not having to be dealt with anymore. It's being brought back to the funeral home here so that the family can make a decision together
Yeah.
about what happens next.
Yep.
I think it's a very good value. Again, we do not just associate with anybody. We trust and vet the partners that we deal with. And Sepio Guard is a very, very good company. And the price of this is so low that I really believe that anybody who's still ambulatory ought to have this ought to have this included in their pre-need plans.
Absolutely. And so we do try to include it in the pre-need plans where applicable, because it is just a wonderful assurance to families that they are going to return to where they came from if the worst happens.
Now, Annie, what if somebody's already made plans with you or made plans with another funeral home?
Oh, it's a
Can they still buy it?
Absolutely. It is an independent purchase. So you do not have to purchase it along with a pre-need plan. And as you asked, if someone's pre-planned somewhere else, yes, they can absolutely purchase this through me as well. Or if they don't plan to pre-fund at all, this is something that they still should purchase. Even
a good
if
starting point.
It is a good starting point,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's called Sepio Guard Away from Home Assurance, $499, and it is a one-time cost for the rest of your life. A great, great product to have in your wallet, and hopefully it will never have to be used, but if it is, you're going to be glad that you've got it.
In fact, I think I've got my little card. I had my little card close by here, but I had a little card, and they give you a little luggage tag to put on there too, in
yeah.
case you
I've got mine as
you
well.
ever need it.
Yeah.
But important to note that you do not have to be a customer of Mueller Memorial
Not
to
at
buy
all.
this.
No.
And so if you're interested in it, nor do you have to buy it in person.
You don't have to buy it in person.
You can do this.
I can send you a link
Yep.
to purchase it. The one caveat, though, is that you do have to purchase it in your home state. So if you're from Minnesota, you have to purchase it while you're in Minnesota. But that's that. It's a very simple transaction, 5 minutes tops.
I have got a lot of friends that are of the well, I'm of the retirement age, but a lot of friends that are going down south, and I've told them about it because I think this is a very good idea that they should have, and it's very inexpensive.
It really is, yes, compared to the savings.
Oh
yeah.
Compared to the potential cost of what it could be.
Yes.
And not only the potential cost, but the psychological cost of the uncertainty of having to deal with all that.
Oh,
it's one call,
goodness.
takes care of all of it.
Absolutely.